2K Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, is thrilled to bring you the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Well, it's time to find out who wins this event. Let's head out for the final round. Hello everyone, I'm Luke Elvey alongside Rich Beam in the booth, and we've got Henny Koyak and John McCarthy out on the course. Oh, Rich, how good's this day going to be? It's exciting. I can feel it in my veins already. Our featured player has a rivalry brewing with another one out on the course. But before we get into that, please take us through this course.
Copperhead, does that sound like a friendly kind of snake to you? Something that you want to go up and pet and kind of hang out with and pal around and show your friend? Yeah, no, neither would I. Yeah. That's what you get when you go to the Copperhead golf course. I mean, it swirls back and forth. It winds in and out. And it's probably, I think, one of the hardest driving golf courses we have on the PGA Tour. The guys who drive it straight, they love it. You know, obviously iron game and all that's important, but I think it comes down to if you drive it well, you're going to have more opportunities to find these smallish type greens. But again, there's nothing really super friendly or fun about a golf course named after a lethal snake that lives in the water. Yeah, no thanks.
That's on the green, but still a fair way from the hole. And Henny, what's he looking at for this putt?
Yeah, guys, he's looking at around 17 feet.
Just missing the birdie there. And that's an opening hole par for this player.
Nice, solid opening hole right there.
And that finds him in a share of second. Water is a feature here at the Copperhead course of Innisbrook Resort, Rich, and it comes into play at the second.
Downhill tee shot. You want to keep your tee shot out to the right as best you can to take out the trees that hug the left-hand side. Green sits well above the player's second shot. They won't see how close they hit it from the fairway.
It's fair to say that approach didn't hit the mark.
Tried to draw that one in there, Luke, just missed the mark. That dog will hunt.
Just 9 feet remaining to the hole.
A clutch par putt.
He's currently T4 at the moment. Rich, it's a challenge, to say the very least, the third hole.
Yeah, most players aren't going to take out driver as they just want to lay it back of the water that creeps out on the right-hand side. From there, it shortens up the second shot, believe it or not, to a green that pitches from right to left fairly severely. Your misses can't be out to the right with your second shot. That is a no-no.
The cart path is not always a bad place to be. Just pick the ball clean. Now, this is a challenging one. A lengthy putt awaits. Henny, take us through the break on this putt.
Looks like this will move to the left-hand side as it goes up the hill.
That's disappointing. That one's going to turn out pretty well, I think. Just a short putt. Closes the workout on that hole. And he'll drop down to 1 over for the event. The fourth hole, the first of the par threes on the property, and you've got to be dialed in on your number.
This is a challenging par 3, no doubt about it, Luke. This green pitches from right to left and from front to back, making it almost impossible to get it super close unless you have a perfect number into this par 3.
Opting for the 5-iron.
Ooh, that was a little bit of an interesting pass at it.
That was a little bit of a misfire, I'd say.
And another missed green in regulation. My, oh my, this has been a long day.
Oh, that one just missed the hole. Now switching our focus to Lydia Ko.
She made bogey, gave one back on the last hole.
New Zealand's Lydia Ko setting up her next shot. Just 3 strokes back. Okay, let's get back to the action. Par putt coming up here. Just can't seem to get off the bogey train here, Rich.
You're making one bad mistake with another, compounding it, not good.
Stretching out over 600 yards means the par 5 fifth is no snack.
It is. Luke, I rarely say that par 5s on the PGA Tour are challenging, but this is definitely one of them. It's an uphill tee shot and a second shot that is downhill, moving from right to left, that's completely blind for these players. There is a tree about 100 yards out, which is going to be something they aim at when they lay up. Third shot, though, is very basic, down the hill to a fairly flat green surrounded by some bunkers. More than likely, most players are going to have to lay it up on this par 5.
This now, his third shot. 3 strokes off the lead. Well, Rich, when she exploded onto the scene as a precocious young teenager, winning early, dominating the women's game, New Zealand had a bright young star in Lydia Ko, and it's only continued to shine right throughout her career. She's a lot to marvel at, isn't she?
She is, and it never ceases to amaze me, Luke, how players at such a young age have so much success, and then they taper off a little bit. Not fall away, but they taper off, and the game doesn't quite go the way it's always gone their entire life. They struggle. But then when they do come back, it's like they're even better than what they were before. And I think that's what you see in Lydia. You know, she came out and a wunderkind, was winning everything at a young age. Amateur, then professional. And
yeah, she exploded onto the scene.
She exploded, and then there was just a little bit of a drop off, you know, and a little bit of confidence got shaken, which, like, how did that happen? She's the most confident person out there. She's beating everybody. And then all of a sudden she fails, and, you know, kind of changes things up a little bit, you know, knocks the dirt off and gets right back on that horse and starts winning again. I'm always fascinated by that, because when you lose your confidence as a golfer, it's so hard to get it back, because sometimes what happened to you is the death of you. You're just like, I can't shake, you know, whatever got into my brain or into my swing. I can't quite shake that, and I can't forget about it. And she's done so seamlessly. Hats off to her. I love watching her game. I love watching her play. But I'm more fascinated by the fact that she's come back stronger, I believe, than she was when she first came out. On a good line.
He's going to like the look of this one. That'll be inside the circle of friendship. The putt drops, and we're moving on. Trailing by 5 shots after that hole. Standing on the 7th tee, players get to breathe a sigh of relief having the 6th behind them.
You know, Luke, this is sneaky hard, to be fair. You don't need driver, and so you might get lulled to sleep a little bit by taking 3-wood out just for position. Any misses to the right or the left, and you'll be blocked out by some pretty gnarly trees. The green tilts from right to left ever so slightly, and watch out for those deep bunkers fronting this green. They'll grab your golf ball in a hurry.
This one's bunker bound. How bad is this lie in the sand, Henny?
He's gonna need a digging truck, maybe? I don't think a sand wedge is good enough to get this out.
All right, safely out of the bunker, and now a chance to make a putt. And he needs this to save par. Now 5 strokes behind. Well, if you haven't felt snake bitten already, the 8th at 230 yards, Rich, will certainly get you.
Everybody loves a 230-yard par 3, don't we, Luke? They're just wonderful, wonderful designs, and I'm laughing because this is nearly impossible. This green is just a sliver up there. A high shot moving a little bit from left to right is an absolute must on this par 3.
John, what's the line on this putt?
Well, this one looks like it's breaking hard to the right.
It's just about 3 feet away.
This for par.
As we move to the next, Nick Taylor leads the tournament. Ball striking continues to be the order of the day as the players arrive on the 9th tee at par 4.
Yes, just thread those bunkers off the tee shot somehow with the driver. Second shot is going to be straight back up the hill. And once again, with the pin position over on the right-hand side, players will be unable to see where their golf ball pitches. This is a quality par 4.
Just a little off with the accuracy there, unable to find the green.
That's been the story of the day, isn't it, Luke? Has missed a lot of greens, and you can't afford to do that on this golf course.
And if this can go down, he'll save par. And as we turn for home, Rich, always a good chance to reflect on the halfway stage of this round.
Well, Luke, this rivalry we've been watching has been fun. This player's behind their rival as we make the turn, and it'll be fun to see how this matchup shakes out.
Around 110 yards to go. A bit wild on approach there.
Well, story of the day for this player is just missed too many greens. You can't afford to do that.
A par putt awaits. Ooh. And down it goes. Let's head to the next. Very few parts of the golf course make you feel comfortable, but chance of birdie at 11.
Finally, we have a birdie hole. Just avoid that bunker down the left-hand side. Find the right-hand side of the fairway, and you can go ahead and chase one up there. Even if you can't get it on the green in 2, that front bunker is not a bad leave. But beware, there are some trees over on the right-hand side that could block you out.
He is taking this on.
Setting up for his 3rd shot. That's a high-quality recovery shot. As we move on to the next hole, it's Nick Taylor in top spot. Well, a birdie's also in your heart, standing on the 12th tee, a short par 4, Rich. Decisions to be made?
Just a long iron or a hybrid for this tee shot here, Luke. Second shot, you're coming in with some kind of short iron to a green that's protected by a deep bunker in the front.
Oh, the rough could have been a factor in this one. Wow, what happened there?
Now from that lie, missing the green was always an option.
Let's get back to it, shall we? This would be a great up and down. Didn't that look good for a long time? Putting for a par now. Job done. Let's head to the next. Nicely played. Moving on up the leaderboard now after that hole. Lucky 13 for some. This par 3 plays 200 yards.
Luke, I've never seen a green in golf repel more golf balls than the 13th here at Innisbrook. It's like it's made out of Gore-Tex. Golf balls just don't stay on it. It is really one of the hardest shots at this Innisbrook golf course.
Well, this would be a big putt to make. A birdie always nice, but particularly when it's a 2. What are we looking at for this putt, Henny?
35 foot from the hole.
That's very well judged. Inside the range.
Not a bad effort right there from long range. Big breaking putt. He just didn't quite read it right, but it'll be an easy par.
Trailing by 6 shots after that hole. The second of the back 9 par 5s, Rich 14. There's plenty to it.
Only the biggest hitters in the game can reach this one in 2, so any tee shot just out to the right is ideal. That way it leaves an easier shot out to the left for your layup. The third shot will be going downhill to a green that tilts from back to front, guarded by a deep bunker over on the left-hand side. You find the fairway with your second shot, you've got a really good chance to hit your third in there close.
Oh, that was tidy. That should ensure the up and down. Just 3 feet to the cup.
This for a birdie.
Trailing by 5 shots after that hole. The long par 3 continues to be a feature here at the Copperhead course, and 15's no different.
It is. Thankfully, though, this is the flattest green, or one of the flattest greens on the golf course here. It's basically just a long iron down the hill to this flat green, but don't miss it left. That is no good.
And the players left with an opportunity to get up and down here from the sand.
Looking better.
That's a good putt to make. They're all bonuses. And it's time to recap that play. Now 5 strokes behind. The Copperhead course, the snake pit, we're right in the middle of it.
There's some trees over on the right-hand side that you want to take it just left of to find the center of the fairway. From there, you're going to go in with a mid-iron to a really small green. A high, soft shot is required to hold this green.
This one from about 160 yards out. 5 shots off the pace. Not a bad shot, that. Still a chance. And he's down there. You got a read?
I'm thinking a little left to right here.
Ooh. You know, Luke Donald once made all 400-plus attempts inside 3 feet on the PGA Tour. And stepping up the standings after that effort. The final hole of the snake pit, an uphill par 3, again, 210-plus yards.
The final challenging par 3 on this golf course. Good news is, though, is the green funnels in from both the right and left edges. Most shots are going to end up right in the center of this green.
Seemed to lose the handle on that shot. This is his second shot. 5 strokes behind our leader. Be glad to be putting now. All these are good putts to make. Good for momentum. Right on 7 feet.
Can he save his par?
Well, what about that, Rich? A great display of resilience.
Nice up and down there. Not a very difficult bunker shot, but nice to get it up and down nonetheless.
We've made our way to the final tee here of Innisbrook's Copperhead course, and Rich, no real reprieve.
Not at all. Tee shots have to favor the right-hand side, staying short of those bunkers down the right. The bunkers on the left will see a lot of action, and good luck getting it on the green from there. This green is probably one of the nastiest on the golf course, as it's got a severe tilt from back to front and left to right as well. This is truly one of the best par 4 finishing holes on the PGA Tour.
Henny, what's he facing with this putt?
Well, he's got a real outside chance here, 29 feet.
Look at this one break back. It's just about 3 feet away. He finishes up with a par at the last. And as this event comes to an end, I'm pretty sure this player will be rueing some poor mistakes.
Not stellar by any stretch of the imagination. In fact, it was quite pitiful, to be fair.
On behalf of myself, Rich Beam, and all the hard-working folks at 2K Sports, thanks for tuning in, and see you next time.